Channel open.
Woo! Look at that. Here we are. Issue 4 of Star Trek The Next Generation's Build the Enterprise 1701D. Outstanding cover. Everything we're going to cover today is going to be stages 11, 12, 13, and 14. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to give you guys a little peep show here. We already know that inside the book there's this. We will be starting to do some behind the scenes footage, by the way. But just with staying on task here, we're going to do stages 11, stage 12, 13, and 14. Looks like we're going to be putting together the frame again, and maybe a little bit more of the Cobra. Outstanding news. But without further ado, I think we should get down to the bench and just start cracking on this thing. And let's start building the Enterprise D. Be right back. Alright, here we are on the bench. Welcome back, guys. So here's what we're going to work on for assembly number 1. We are going to be putting all the lights for this section of the little backside of the Cobra neck. Okay, so what we're going to do is real simple. I'm going to get these wires kind of out the way a little bit. All the parts are here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the parts from here, we're going to put them together. Real quick move. All right, so all we're going to do is obviously we first have to put the windows and the black paint. This is kind of unique, all right, where it's already got it blacked out, so we're not putting individual windows into this, so that's going to be kind of cool. But this fits nice and snug right up in there. It's real cool. I like it. Real simple deal. Okay, and then we have the other piece here, which apparently will have to go over it. However, in the manual it does tell you, okay, that you're going to have to take these lights and you're going to have to get them and bend them to a 90-degree angle. You'll see it, it's on step B. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to follow those instructions by making it go to a 90-degree angle. I'm going to be kind of doing this kind of like this. Alright, there's that piece. Now that piece. Alright, so now they're at a 90-degree angle. Alright, and I believe that is only because we have to put them inside this notch and this notch, and then we have to place this on top. Okay, so I'm going to just take this, I'm going to put it right on top. Okay, fit it right up in there. Looks like it's going to go like that, and this piece will go like so. Alright, so according to the image, it's talking about the green and then the black. Well, I don't have a green. Oh, daggone it. I was about to put the wrong ones in the wrong spot. So we're going to do that to these. Oh, should have overlooked that one. Oh, still need the other ones at 90-degree angle anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep these the way they are. Alright, the green goes on top and the red and black one is on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. Okay, and then this one in here. Okay, these ones are definitely the right ones. Alright, so there is that. Okay, and of course, since we have this on top, it's asking for the BP screws to go in there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is kind of have to put some pressure on here because obviously they seem to be popping back up. So we're going to take a couple BP screws, get them out, and they are going to go in a couple spots. One's going to go here. different. Gotta go at an angle. I thought it was gonna be the other way. Okay, there's one. And then number two. Doing that to kind of secure the lights in there. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little check. Make sure that the bulbs are in there evenly, like they're supposed to be. Okay, yep. Alright, because like I said before, I do not want any light leaks. Alright, that's going to go. Okay, there it is. I need to get one more screw. Okay. So one more screw and that'll go over here. Okay, and there's that, nice and snug. That's interesting. So it fits really nice and snug, and the windows again are flush. They're not sticking out or bulging out. They're very flush with the surface. So far so good. We're lucky that we're not having anything messed up. Okay. So now that all that's done, I will move this off to the side. Alright, the reason why I gotta do that is because now I gotta bring in the frame, which is right here. We're gonna bring that in, and we're gonna start step D. Okay, here we are. Right now we're gonna put on this piece. Much like we did with the rest of the other frame here, we're going to now put this piece on, and it's gonna attach to these two pieces here. Real simple deal. Alright, the way that it says here is that we're just going to attach them like so. So what I'll do is I'll quickly attach these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. I'm going to put on the last screw. Okay, and this is pretty easy to do. Like I said, we're doing this very slow, methodical. And the reason why is, of course, as always, we want everything snug and nice and tight so we don't have any hiccups and that there's no gaps or anything or any light leaks. So I think it's very important that we take our time with this model. And there it is, folks, right there. Boom. It is coming along really nice. And as you can see, it's not really fitting on the screen very much, but I'm going to try. Might have to zoom out a little bit more to fit the rest of this as we go along, but that will complete stage 11. So I'll be back again on the bench with stage 12. Okay, here we are, stage 12. What we're going to do next is, obviously we have to put these, we all know where these are going to go, part of the frame. So if you see these again in any other videos, you know that there's going to be a frame piece coming up here soon. So for now, stage 12 doesn't really emphasize on this just yet, so I'm going to leave these off to the side over here. Okay, I'm going to stack them up and leave them off here to the side. But we do have the BM screws for all that, the little BM screws. We got them. We're going to put them there so we don't lose them. Big thing again, we're back at it again on this side for this one. Okay, different setup, but we are doing the same thing. And since I already kind of went ahead and put them at a 90-degree angle again, we're going to bring these back over, and what I'm going to do is we'll place them back into these little slots, and then we're going to put this over that. But first things first, yet again, look at that. There they are. Alright, all the dark windows are already painted for you, and all the clear windows are clear. Okay, we're taking the flat side. Okay, there's a little flat side here. We're going to put that piece facing up. If you got all the ones with bumps, it's kind of obvious, just like we did in the last one. You kind of figured it out, you know, and put it in here. So what I'm going to do So without further ado, we're going to slide this right up on in there. Look at that, fits nice and snug. Outstanding, okay? I'm also going to prep up some BP screws. All right, this will fix that. One of the words that I'm trying not to use anymore is a little tricky. So if you hear me pausing, it's because I'm trying not to use that same word. I don't want to announce what that word is, because then you guys at home will probably start counting how many times I've actually said the word. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, okay, is we are going to check something real quick. All right, I gotta check something. I'll be right back. Okay, figured out the problem. There is a wiring situation here, I guess you could call it. I noticed there was a hiccup when I looked up here, and so looking down here, I realized that these two are to be to the top part. Okay, so if you see the red, black, yellow, green, that's for the top part. Okay, that's 11 delta, and then 11 echo, the longer one, that's this one. It's way longer. Okay, so this one, okay, because it has the yellow and the red, okay, and the blue, that has to be down here at the bottom. Don't know why, but I just happened to notice it. So the red is going to go on the on this side here. So I'm going to sit that one in there. All right, I already kind of screwed it in, so that way the top one wouldn't move. Make this, trying to do this so it'd be a little bit easier. Of course, didn't work as planned, but that's okay. So I'm gonna tighten down this one first, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tighten the outside screws. But I wanted you guys to see that. Now, of course, I'm not the perfect modeler out there, okay? I am going to make mistakes. However, makes it interesting. If you're watching at home and you're following on your own magazine, then you're going to notice before me probably. Or you're going to say, hey, he's going out of step. But hey, whatever, you know? Of course, you don't have to go buy the book on this. You can kind of go on your own way. I've noticed that on a few other builds that I'm working on. And those videos will come out soon. So just keep watching on the channel and you'll see my my future videos. I'm hoping to put more out here and maybe entertain, you know, to keep it entertaining basically. All right. Plus, of course, the whole basis of videoing this is if at some point someone decides that, you know, hey, I want to purchase this, you know, or, you know, I get to the point in my life where I don't need it anymore and I want to get rid of it, that you guys can see that I, you know, put it together and you guys can understand the intensive labor that comes in with this. Because I'm spending a lot of money to put this together, and I want to see it look really good at the end. That way, if anybody else wants it when I'm done, and you know, obviously I'm not going to have room for it at some point, so I'm assuming, you know, that's assuming, you know, I'm gonna be like 70, 80 years old and I don't need this anymore. All right, so there it is, folks. Look at that. All right, these are in there. Okay, so there we go. These are all in there, all the cords that we need for this half. I'm gonna flip my page here to know where I'm going next. Now, of course, it tells us that we need to connect all this back up and test the lights. So I like to do those and show you guys all that at the end, okay? Because right now, look at it, like that that's without it lit. You can see that there's some windows, some dark windows, and if I kind of cover a little bit on the lighting here, most of the time it'll kind of show you a little bit. So so anywho, without further ado, I think it's time that we bring back that big huge frame and we start putting it in, since that is the next part for this. So we're gonna come back and we're going to be putting pretty much the black pieces here, and then as you can see here ahead of schedule what's coming up on stage 13. But I'll be right back on the bench with our next step. Okay, here it is. We brought back the frame and the pieces that we're going to be using. We're going to take these, put them on this side, and then we're going to take these and put them on this side. Real quick, I'm just going to get everything prepped up. I'm going to start putting in all these things, and then once I get towards the end of each side, I'll bring you back. Okay, here we are. We're going to do this side first. Put in some of the screws to kind of get us started. It's kind of boring watching someone doing this, since we're going to be doing this repetitively, possibly on both sides of the saucer. If not, then it's just this side of the saucer, and then these bottom pieces are where the bottom half of the saucer is going to connect. Now of course I do not know, so we'll know as things go on, but I'm just assuming here. So I think it's very important that we have these all in nice and snug. Okay. And of course, I will have the other side prepped up, and then we will show you guys how we do that. Alright, do a quick little wiggle test. Nothing's moving. Wiggle test. Nothing's moving. Outstanding. Okay, so we're all done with that side, and this is how we're gonna do this side. What I do, and this is part of like a little bit of behind the scenes, is I kind of just line it up real quick through here, and if I can, I try to get the screw to go into the hole ahead of time, so that way all I have to do is just bring the screwdriver down like so. I start one side, because what happens is it gets loose on the other side, and then I put the other screw in there. And this is how I prep it before I come back to the bench with y'all. Okay? Basically that's how that works. And then when I come back to the bench, I start putting all this together. Screw it in as much as I can this way and this way. Alright. Since it's this side, it's a little bit more finicky for me. So it may be easier for you guys, because you're not going to be probably, trying to make a video at the same time. I mean, if you do, awesome. That'd be great. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this down like that and try to screw it. Now the good thing is they do give you some spare screws. That looks pretty snug. Do the wiggle test, and it's got a little bit more. Tighten this just a smidge more. Oh, there we go, nice and snug. Most of this, like I said before, some of this is not, you're not gonna really hear a click or anything. You're just gonna have to feel it, when you're holding on to these parts. There's the wiggle test, and everything's good there. Okay, then we're gonna go over here to the next piece, and that's real simple, because we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna kind of prep the screws in there if I can. Prep one screw, prep another screw. Okay, boom. And line these pieces right up. hold it off to the side again. And we're gonna screw it in. Alright. So that side's in. Now we just gotta tighten this side down. Okay. This side's kind of being a little finicky. There's that. And now that piece. Okay, nice and snug. Look at that. All right, pieces in there. Everything's all set. There it is. All the pieces right there for number 12. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the items for stage 13. I'm going to bring them along. And as you can see here, you can already tell what stage 13 is. We are going back to the frame again. Yippee-ki-yay. All right. So here we go. Let's get back to the bench here in a few minutes while I prep for... Okay, here we are. We're back on the bench with stage 13 of Build the Enterprise 1701D. What we're going to do now is we have a piece of the frame. We have our BM screws. And then we have some other stuff that we're going to be doing, which is here in the Cobra. And as you can see in the upper left hand or left side of your screen here, it's going to be where the impulse engine is. Looks like we're going to be putting in the impulse engine. Okay, now I'm not sure what this white piece is for. No clue, no idea. It was in the package. But without further ado, we will find out what that is. We've got our DP screws, which is going to help us put the impulse engine in here. We also have our BM screws. That's going to be for the frame. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously the impulse engine. So for now, I'm going to put this off to the side, and we're going to bring back our Cobra little neck here. Okay, here it is, still looking pristine, folks, still looking pristine. And as it says here in the thing, we're going to be sticking this in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick this piece. Now it has a little bump at the top here. I think you guys can see that. That little bump has to go fitting right into there. There's a little bump here. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide that right up in there. Okay, so it's not going to be as easy as I thought. I thought it would be easy, just slide it right in, but apparently not. Okay, all right, so look at that. It slides right into place, and it locks right into place. So we're going to grab our DP screws here. I'm going to put out 3 of them, because that's what it calls for, is 3 screws. So that's 2 DPs. Got 1 more. Come on out. There you go. Come on out and play. Yay. We're going to take that. It's a spare, so we're going to leave it up there. Then I'm going to grab my screwdriver, bring it into play, and we're going to screw these into place. The places that they're talking about screwing are only 3 places. Do not think that you have to screw anything into these 2 right here. You'll be screwing into here, here, and here. So I like to start right here in the middle. Put a little bit in there just to kind of tighten down just a little bit. Then I'm going to take the next one, put it in there, screw it in just a little bit where it's nice and snug. Then I'm going to take the last one. The last one, I'm going to go all the way in, okay, because it's now the final screw that's going in. So I'm going to go all the way in. Here we go. Once again, you don't want to tighten too tight because it is plastic. Okay, it is plastic on plastic. Okay, and so now I have that done. So now I'm going to screw in the other side looks pretty snug. And now I'm going to finish on this one. That's nice and snug. Okay, so that's nice and snug in there. Let's look on the other side, see how pristine that looks. Wow, look at that. That looks real nice. Real nice. I wonder how it's going to look all lit up. That's really nice. Okay, so of course it does not say where this piece goes. So we're just going to hold that off here to the side. What I'm going to assume is that it slides into here. But I'm not sliding this into here until it says so, so we will put that off to the side. If at the point we get to the end of this stage, it does not show us to put it in there, then we will put it inside the parts box. So what we're going to do now is we have to do the frame. So we will once again put this off to the side. Okay, I like to put it this way because, you know, I don't want to get it scratched. So we're going to bring back our frame piece, and we have our BM screws, which we know we're going to need 4 of them. So I'm going to let 4 screws out, and then I'm going to put my spare over here with the DP screws, and we're going to bring back the frame. Ta-da! It's back, folks. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the frame, and since it calls for this side, since it's already snug, nice and tight, nice and neat, I'm going to just grab the screws, and we're going to start from the bottom half first, and I'm going to put in the first screw. A few screws, just like we did on the other ones. We're going to do the same thing here. Okay, same thing. Then I'm going to grab this next one, put it in a little bit. Alright, just a little bit. Then it comes out. Take the other 2, put them in. Okay. And as a reminder, the frame, it is metal, so we're just gonna tighten everything down. Okay, that seems pretty snug. And now I'm going to do the other piece. Boy, I am dying to see when we start putting the exterior panels onto this frame. I mean, this is amazing what we're doing here. Putting the frame together, and then eventually we're going to be putting, I mean, here's my hand, obviously, and you can see how the frame is. If I zoom out, you can see it's kind of big. So this isn't too bad. So that's it for there. That's not too bad. It's pretty nifty. Okay, I'm gonna turn the page on my little manual here, and it says that we have to get to stage 14. Looks like we are going to be doing that again on this side. So without further ado, let me go get prepped, and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. We have a little light here, which apparently this light, I'm going to guess, as it shows in the bottom down here, is that it's going to light up our impulse engine. That will be nice towards the end of the video here to show you guys how all this stuff is lit up. Outstanding. We have our BM screws, our BP screws, some CP screws. There's some kind of cleared lens here. We have another piece here that seems to be another light reflector, and we still have our white piece. So interested to know where this comes into play. So without further ado, the first step in this one is obviously the frame. So I will be bringing back the frame, and then we will move on to the impulse engines. Okay, here we go. We're going to start putting on this frame piece. So here's that frame piece. We're going to take our nice screws, and these of course are the BM screws that are going into here. So we're going to screw these little suckers in. And for time's sake, I will screw these in and then come right back. Okay, so this is everything done for this side and everything done for this side. This frame is still looking pretty big, guys. Pretty soon this is not going to fit unless I zoom out, and I don't want to take away picture quality. But this is really nice. This is really nice, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to step B. So I'll be putting this away to the side, and then we're going to come back to our illustrious pieces that we have left over here, and we're going to bring back our Cobra neck here. So now it's saying 14B, which is our white piece. Okay, I don't see any red here, so I don't know how that works, because I'm not seeing red here. So I took it off to the side because I wanted to see if it would peel, but it does not peel. So these are the pieces. So, and then it looks like we are taking this clear piece and we're supposed to put it inside this white piece. That's tricky. So I'm gonna do a little quick thing here, and I'm gonna go back to our stage 13 parts, which is 13C, okay, and 14B. Okay, so as I was right, so what it's asking is they want us to take this clear piece and put it inside the slot that's available right there. So that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to let you guys see this so that way you know. But I don't know if this is, I think it means, oh, here we go. All right, so it does goes right inside. Okay, so there must be some kind of flexibility thing. So we're just gonna make sure this is flush. There's that. I'm gonna use my panel here, cutting board, and it looks like it's pretty flush. So we're gonna leave that off to the side. Oh no! Now we have to take this, and we're going to put the 13C with the 14B piece. And now we're going to take it and put it inside the 13B site. It looks even here, so I'm just gonna kind of guess. But it slides right up in there nice and easy. Wow, that was easy to fit in there. Oh, okay. All right, so that goes in there. Outstanding. And then we have this silver piece, which silver piece here has an opening and a spot for some screws. Okay, so what it's asking me to do is it's asking me to grab the electrical piece that we had, which is this piece. Okay, and so for now, just to kind of give me some space, I'm gonna put that right there. This is our spare. So we're gonna have to get a BP screw, which is this one here. Okay, here's our BP screw, and that's gonna go into this hole here. That's right here. Okay, put the spare off to the side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, it's saying that I gotta take the lights and put them facing down. So I hope all this fits nicely. So, and look at that, it does. All the lights fit right in there. Okay, I'm confident with that. Okay, grab our screwdriver, put our screw together in with the screwdriver. Outstanding. And we're gonna start screwing it in. Outstanding. Okay. And of course you don't want it too tight, but I think that's tight enough. I don't want it to move around. It seems good enough to me. It's tight enough. All right. So since that's tight enough, maybe a little much, but I'm gonna back it up just a smidge. It doesn't fix that. There's a little lip here. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue because all the light is supposed to come out of here. So what we're going to do is, it's telling us now that we take the 14C and we're going to put it inside. This should seal everything up. So, and since that seals everything up, I believe we take it, fit it all up in here, nice and snug, like a glove. Or at least I hope that's what it's supposed to be. There we go. All right. So now it's all snug in there, and this is where our 2 CP screws come into play. 2 CP screws. Okay. So here's one. And like I said before, I always put the first screw in, just a couple screws, not a lot. It's only the last screw that I screw in tightly. So that'll be this one. And we're gonna screw it in there. Okay, that sounded pretty good. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Oops. Be careful there, I don't want to break anything. Okay. Only because it's plastic on plastic, okay? So, make sure everything's snug. And everything is snug. Those CP screws are snug. Just so you know, this is what it looks like, okay? So now I'm anxious to see what it would look like all lit up. Okay, because the next part is to light it up. But other than that, that is everything all done. All the wires are put in. So what I'm going to do without further ado is I'm going to bring back the battery pack and let you guys see the Cobra all lit up. We'll be right back. Alright, and as promised, here it is, the whole entire Cobra neck all plugged in and well lit. So there it is, everything is lit. As you can see, even with the lights on, it is pretty well lit. I also have the impulse engine on. The only thing is, with the impulse engine, it really doesn't light that bright when there's lights on in the area. So that's okay, but the rest of the ship does light up pretty well without the lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dim one of the lights here, and then we're going to show you what the impulse would look like. And there it is, with the impulse engine all lit up and the Cobra neck. So, and it doesn't give much of a glare there, it's not much. So I think that's pretty cool. Alright, and on the inside, everything's lit up nice and neat. So you can see where the light reflects really well. this is a really cool setup. And like I said, it's really nice to see this thing well lit, even with basic just room lighting. When I unplug this one, it just shows what it's gonna look like in room lighting. So with a little bit of sunlight coming through. But other than that, this is really nice. I think it came out real well. I can see here how everything's kind of really nice looking. But anyway, we'll move on with that. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed every minute of it. If you do like the video, please hit the like button. If you decide that you want to share it, please do. If you like what you're seeing and you want to keep more up-to-date videos on this, I have tons more videos coming. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And other than that, y'all just keep on modeling. Till next time, guys.